Om Shri Sai Ram. In the previous lesson, we discussed Brahma Samaj, and who is the founder of Brahma Samaj, and why there was need of social reformation. All these things were begun and discussed. Now we are going to see another important movement that took place in Bengal. See, here the wave of modernization started moving across the North India during the 19th century. When? During the 19th century, a wave of modernization flowing across the North India during the 19th century. Then we can call the Calcutta was the center of such a new thinking. New movements started arising during the 1820s and 1830s. In between, you know that in that decade, in 1820 to 1830 decade, see, many movements started arising. We have already seen the contribution of Brahma Samaj during this period. Another movement called Young Bengal movement. Which was the movement? Young Bengal movement was begun in Calcutta. Who started this Young Bengal movement? See, in this period, Brahma Samaj took birth, and see the modernization spreading across in Bengal and nearby states, and you can call that it was Calcutta was the epicenter. Epicenter means here the movement started. Then at the same time, Young Bengal movement was started. Who started this movement? It means Young Bengal movement took birth. This movement was started by Henry Louis Vivian Derozio. Who started this? Henry Louis Vivian Derozio. Who is this fellow? See, lengthy name, but he made such a wonderful job during his time. The founder of Young Bengal movement was Henry Louis Vivian Derozio. Here he born in the year 1800 and died in the 1831. His father was a Portuguese and his mother was an Indian. Hence, Derozio is called Anglo-Indian. His father was a Portuguese, his mother was an Indian. See, now let us see who is the founder of Young Bengal movement. The first question for Vidya Agama. And when was Derozio born? Second question. Why Derozio is called as Anglo-Indian? Why Derozio is called as Anglo-Indian? Now let us see. Derozio served as a professor at Hindu College in Calcutta from 1826 to 1831. Where did Derozio began his work as a professor? Derozio began his work at Hindu College of Calcutta. Many of his students who were his followers Many of his students who were attracted to his teachings became his committed followers. See, how did he influence them? Actually, Derozio was a young teacher, young professor, very young. In such a time, in such a age, he attracted many students like magnet. He was such a magnetic figure during that time in the entire college, where in Hindu College of Calcutta. And Derozio was influenced by various movements. He was influenced by various movements which occurred in Europe, and tried to instill the same spirit of inquiry in the minds of students as well as in the colleagues. See, in the time of 16th, 18th and 17th, these are all the era of liberalism. Especially in the previous class we discussed it. That is Voltaire, Montesquieu and many. They influenced the people through their liberal thoughts. Here also Derozio was influenced by the liberal thoughts, liberal ideas. The same spirit, the same principle what he got from those moments, he instilled. What do you mean by instill? Instill means establish an idea. He instilled it in the students and his colleagues. Just imagine, while dying, his age is hardly 21 years. Just imagine. What a wonderful personality Derozio was. Just imagine. Derozio influenced in such a way. And this angered many traditionalists. But still, he went ahead and started academic association in 1828. See, he started academic association. Academic association. There they started free thinking debate association. Free thinking, which created new thinking across Bengal. See, he created a platform. He created a platform to discuss about the free thinking. Then you know that the Young Bengal movement held discussions and debates on the issues of nature, humanism, God and other various topics. Derozio worked that only rational thinking would liberate the people from the clutches of superstition beliefs and social discrimination. You know that the social discrimination, the social evils which corrupted in the society, Indian society, that was the malady, that was the stigma. So many reformers tried to alleviate those evils. Similarly, Derozio also tried to wipe out this malady. What do you mean by malady? Disease. The evil which crept into the society, Indian society. He suggests, he advocates only liberal, rational thinking. What? Only rational thinking can liberate the people from the clutches of superstitions and social discrimination. What he suggests? What he suggests? Rational thinking. Rational thinking can liberate you. Rational thinking can liberate you from the superstitions. From the superstition. And social discrimination. And social discrimination. Yes. And he was an advocate of women rights. See, he was an advocate of women rights. ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಹಕ್ಕು. You know that since many years, it means times immemorial, women were denied their rights. They are confined to the kitchen. They are confined to some work. But here D'Erasio argues the right of women, and opposite the caste-based discrimination. It was one of the ferocious stigma, malady in Indian society. You never see such a malady across the world. That found only in India. On that basis, the people were divided. That was opposed by D'Erasio. Many of his students who had come from traditional families were deeply influenced by his thoughts and joined their hands in spreading the movement across Bengal. That is why it is called Young Bengal movement. See, the students who have come from traditional family were also influenced by D'Erasio. Just imagine, at the age of 21, could he influence such a way? Just imagine what a personality D'Erasio was. The influence of this movement was limited to Calcutta and few areas of Bengal, because there was no WhatsApp and there was no telegram and email in those days. But even today, D'Erasio is remembered for his liberal ideas, new thinking of humanism, thinking of God, thinking of nature. Just imagine what a person. ಇದು ಕೆಲವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾರು, ಇದು ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಕಾರಿ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಕಾರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಮನೆಯ ಕೊಳೆಯನ್ನು ತೊಳೆಯುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು D'Erasio ಆರಂಭಿಸಿದ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಭಾವಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. See, as an Anglo-Indian, he had such a passion to cleanse the society. Just imagine, D'Erasio had to resign from his teaching post due to the pressure from his colleagues and his opponents. These people feared that youths are getting morally corrupted, getting spoiled by the work of D'Erasio. They were thinking, because traditionally people, they are also joined their hands in spreading D'Erasio's principle. So his colleagues and opponents opposed him. At last he had to resign to his professor post at Hindu College, Kolkata. D'Erasio died at the age of 22 years due to cholera. See, cholera was very dangerous disease in those days. Imagine. Why D'Erasio had to resign from Hindu College of Calcutta? See, these are all the questions to be noted. Already I have given you 4 questions. Now we are moving to see another social reformer is remembered for the Renaissance, moreover Reformation. Who is that? Now we are going to see that it is none other than Dayananda Saraswati. He started a movement that is called Arya Samaja. Which was the Samaja started by Dayananda Saraswati? Arya Samaja. Once again, which was the Samaja started by Raja Ram Mohan Rai? Brahma Samaja. Who started Brahma Samaja? Raja Ram Mohan Rai. Who started Arya Samaja? Dayananda Saraswati. Now we are going to see Arya Samaja. The Arya Samaj was started in the year 1875. Who started? Dayananda Saraswati. Dayananda Saraswati started Arya Samaj. It was started at Bombay. Where did he start? He started, yes, It was more powerful during the last 2 decades of 19th century. Dayananda Saraswati was born in the year 1824. 1824. Just note down the years, very important. The chronological order is very important while studying the history, while discussing history. You know that in the previous class, 1828, you have seen the 2 years, in that year 2 incidents occurred, and very important incidents that to be noted. Okay, Dayananda Saraswati born in the year 1824 at Kathiawar, or Kathiawar. And his early name was Moola Shankara. His early name was Moola Shankara. His father name was Amba Shankara. His mother name was Amritabai. Once again, his early name, his childhood name is Moola Shankara. Moola Shankara. His name was Moola Shankara. His father's name, Amba Shankar Tiwari. Amba Shankar Tiwari. Who was his mother? Amritabai. Amritabai was his mother. Since he was not interested in English education, he got Sanskrit education. He left his house at the age of 21. It means at the age of 21, he left his home and wandered around the country, and he got knowledge, and he came to the contacts of the public people, and he saw various maladies which were prevailing during that days. Maladies means the social malady, we are telling that he come across. It means he roamed around the country, across the country, about 15 years. After getting these experience, he outlined those experiences in his book that is called Satyartha Prakasha. Which was the book? What did he outline? He outlined the situation which was prevailing in those days, that was outlined in the book called Satyartha Prakasha. Satyartha Prakasha. Who wrote this book? Dayananda Saraswati wrote this book. Who wrote Samvada Kaumadi? Rajaram Mohan Rai. Here Satyartha Prakasha was written by Dayananda Saraswati. He outlined it. Means in this book, what was the maladies, what were the problems which were prevailing during those days. Then, hence he declared back to the Vedas. Why? See, here he suggested the people back to the Vedas. He realized that remedies for those maladies and answer for those maladies found in Vedas. So he suggested back to Vedas. Who suggested back to Vedas? Back to Vedas. See, sixth question now. Who is the founder of Arya Samaja? What was the early name of Dayananda Saraswati? Who are the parents of Dayananda Saraswati? Note down that. Once again, who is the founder of Arya Samaj? What was the early name of Dayananda Saraswati? Who are the parents of Dayananda Saraswati? These are all the questions. 7 and 8 questions were asked in this session. Why did he receive? He means Dayananda Saraswati received Sanskrit education. Answer is very simple. Since he was not interested in English education, he received Sanskrit education. Which was the book written by? Ninth question. Which was the book written by Dayananda Saraswati. Satyartha Prakasha was the book written by Dayananda Saraswati. Another question, 10th question. Why did Dayananda Saraswati suggest to go back Vedas or back to Vedas? Back to Vedas. Already 10 questions were asked. Then he started the head office of Arya Samaj in Lahore in the year 1877. Lahore is in Pakistan. In that time, Lahore was an integral part of India. Lahore was an integral part of India. You may think that, sir, Lahore is in Pakistan. Why are you asking? You don't like you don't think so. In those days, it was Lahore and even Bangladesh were the integral part of India. Even you know that some parts of Afghanistan, what we call the Takshashila, Gandhara, those regions were also part of India. Okay. Now, he declared that the only Vedas are authentic. Vedas are authentic. Students, now let us see the Arya Samaj had some aims there. All Hindus should believe in one formless God. Formless, you know that, Nirakara. In the previous class means, it means 9th standard, you discussed it that Arya Samaj had some aims. Now we are going to see the aims of Arya Samaj. All Hindus should believe in one formless God, Nirakara. God is Nirakara. That means formless. Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvikara, like that. No one is Shudra or Brahmin by birth. That means he rejected caste-based system. Third one is encouragement to intercaste marriage. Fourth one is rejection of polygamy and child marriage. Men and women are equal. Then one should study Vedas and other ancient sacred texts and preach them. These are all the aims of Arya Samaj. Okay, one more question, that is 11th question. What are the aims of Arya Samaj? Dear students, I hope you might have understood my lesson and go through this video, and very soon classes will be starting. I hope, we pray for that, and moreover we have to take care of ourselves. Don't be panic and don't listen much about these tabloid news. Sai Ram.